I spat countless gold rings out of my mouth, and they hit the ground like a sudden downpour of metal. I walked straight into a pawn shop and dumped them onto the counter, planning to cash them in. The owner froze on the spot. He had clearly never seen anything like this before. After weighing them, about 500 pieces totaling roughly 98 grams, I walked away with $30,000 in cash. I didn't waste the money. I immediately bought an antenna, grabbed a pair of headphones, and picked up an old phone on the side. I tore the phone apart, wired the antenna into it, and rigged together a makeshift signal detector. Then I headed into the desert. The scorching heat hit me hard, and it instantly brought my home planet back to mind. It had once been just as unbearably hot, a world where the ecosystem had already collapsed. Everyone lived in protective suits, and it hadn't rained for thousands of years. To survive, my people built rainmakers to generate water, but after centuries of overuse, they eventually broke down. The survivors had no choice but to permanently seal their masks and keep going in a dying world. While I was lost in those memories, I was suddenly attacked by a group of strangers. Even though I came from a highly advanced civilization, I was powerless here on Earth, and I was quickly robbed by a local gang. Just then, a woman happened to walk by. She was a physicist from MIT, but she had grown up in a slum, so she had zero tolerance for people who preyed on others. "Get away from him," she shouted. "Get up." The two thugs panicked the moment they saw her and immediately ran off. The earlier struggle damaged my device, but luckily I still remembered the coordinates. Tempted by the promise of money, a woman named Mary agreed to take me there. While refueling along the way, I discovered something unbelievable about Earth. Here, money could buy the very water my people had been dying for. It felt almost like paradise. I even dipped my head into the water. It was an indescribable feeling, something I could never have imagined back on my dying homeworld. Soon, we arrived at the signal coordinates. The sky ahead had turned completely dark, and a massive storm was spinning violently, with a deadly tornado at its core. Instead of fear, I felt something closer to familiarity, even longing. I walked straight toward the center of the storm, toward the source of the signal. I stepped into the eye of the storm, and a flood of information poured into my mind. My vision sharpened, and my pupils slowly returned to their original state. In that instant, everything around me changed, as if time itself had been rewritten. I found myself standing in a prehistoric jungle. And then, an old man appeared in front of me, my mentor. Hundreds of years ago, I had come to this blue planet with him, and together we built a base here. But my people had expected me to bring back water and resources. Instead, I lost my way. My mentor, after arriving on Earth, fell into alcoholism and became addicted to the comforts and pleasures of this world. Even worse, the base we built eventually turned into a corporation, and it had already been taken over by humans. I knew I had to take it back myself. The storm suddenly stopped spinning, and at that moment, my disguise began to peel away.